That's what I thought. Yeah.
Got something. Heavy hitter like you needs a little snack, eh? Wouldn't get anyone to take that on. Early lunch for council. Plains living is tough living. Grenier are finding that out the hard way. Let's make them find out a little faster. Cut off their supplies.
To be careful.
Ozzy is ready. We're not allowed to live
comfortably on the train. Let's make this place as inhospitable as possible for them. The commander in charge of the is hiding somewhere near Random Point. Draw them up and eliminate them.
Ugh.
Looks like some serious flood is going down out there. Here's to you, anonymous troublemaker.
You pay me in red. I pay you in silver. New Grenier Bossman's been giving us no end of trouble. Nor my gold
Kanzu is right. We must create chaos to draw the near commander into an open fight. I'm tracking the Grenier drone with information about our target. Drop to quell unrest among his troops. Intercept the drop to keep them on edge. Bring it to me.
I was blessed with a record-shattering taint, at a breathtaking 9 inches long by 5 7/10 thicket diameter. It's like a fisttoad. It's like a fist under my balls.
Heavy hitter like you needs a little snack, yeah? Shh. We don't know who could be listening. Quills tell me there's a Grenier spy lurking in Cetus. As usual, they're short on details. Looking for you to...
I can power smash bricks in succession.
So we can find
Guinness Book in Mormon Times says best they have judged in 17 years in the industry.
Information about the spy's identity or location.
I am.
Collected enough intel to unmask the spy. There's the captain. Take out the guards. The prisoner has been strapped with a Gamma arrow. Protection will start the countdown to detonation.
And you're all dead.
Use the call.
And you're good.
You freed your prisoner. Now escort them to safety.
I'm known in Wisconsin as the human wombat.
God.
The scout has relayed information about the nearest
I'll be.
I suspect the spy is communicating with you.
It's just.
Examine one to know for sure.
Wombat twerks predators to death if they are chased into the burrow, so I suffocate my victims with twerks.
Oh, this is great. I see. So I'd have to go to the police station if I wanted to find anything about the human wombat, because it's not an affectionate nickname the townsfolk have given you. I'm assuming it's more of like a Jack the Ripper kind of title, wherein it's whispered in the dark corners of Wisconsin that if the bad children don't eat their greens, they might get sucked into the pouch of the human wombat. I can see that. I can definitely see that.
I'm a local Batman.
Oh, so you lure the criminals. Oh, I see. So you're a wombat man then. See, that makes much more sense. It's like Batman, but also Wom, so like Wombat Man. And then you lure the criminals into the den with like promises of money and stuff, right, or drugs, and then they come in, and then you just Just wrap the pouch around their head and give them the good old squeeze, and then no more criminal. It's a perfect crime. I like it. I like how you operate.
I am Wombatman.
Way to go, Wombat Man of Wisconsin. Where is this drone? It's over here. Found you. Where are they? They're in my pouch. Ooh, a wisp. Nice. Don't see those in the day too often. What brings you to some random no-name kid on YouTube at 2 in the morning? Mr. Wombat Man of Wisconsin. Oh, we've got 2. We have another one. Wombat Man no longer operates alone. He has a sidekick. And they got range. What would Wombat Man's sidekick be? Kangaroo Boy? Kangaroo Boy? Boyaroo? No, what other marsupials? Possum! Possum Boy!
I was sent in a capsule from a place far from here and I came here for one reason.
I see. You've come for me then, have you, Wombat Man? And Possum Boy?
To attack and keep coming. Joga and T. Not to ask, but just to give.
I see. Fair enough. Frickin' drone. Where are you going? You need to go on the wrong way. Come
Not
back.
to want, but just to send.
I feel that. Yeah. They are so
Send the
small.
power of the warrior down everyone's throat in the WW until they get sick of it. Well, you're gonna get sick of it.
I don't know, maybe. Now, the one problem I'm noticing with the only having the chat be text-to-speech is that I don't know who's saying what.
Cause this freak of nature here is just beginning to swell, brother.
This is
And when I get big enough, brother.
what happens when you get big enough.
There ain't gonna be any room anybody but the warrior.
Yeah. That adds up. Ultimate Wombat Man Warrior. Yep. Who goes there? That is. I don't need even. I'm not even. Space magic wizard with a sword in the ninja world. I'm losing it. Have I mentioned it's like 2 a.m. where I'm at? Because it's like 2 a.m. where I'm at. But, don't have to do nothing tomorrow. At least not till late enough. That doesn't matter. Plus, I don't need to sleep. Sleeping is...
Twerking to the oldies with Richard Simmons and Cardio B.
Yeah, if you do want to master the power of twerking, Cardi is definitely the one to go to for that. I would imagine. I'm not gonna lie, you have a very, very chaotic vibe going on right now. There he is. Come here, boy! Oh, hello, friends. How are you? Die, please. Thank you. Oh, it didn't complete yet. I hate all of you. Just one more baddie.
I see Maya Chaos incarnate.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. I haven't said anything to the contrary quite yet, so. sounds like a fun homebrew D&D character idea, a wombat man. He just has a pouch that he can just pull things out of and suffocate people with if he chooses. There's also
Purple monkey bean paste underwear flying couch blue suede shoes.
Excuse me? What? Did you just assume my vibe? Because I'm pretty sure what you just did was assume my vibe right there. And I will have none of it, sir. I will have none of it. You may be a wombat man, but this is my stream. You can't say those things to me on my stream.
Wombats really do twerk predators to death. Look it up.
No, I mean, I believe it. It definitely sounds like something a wombat would do. That's just kind of the vibe wombats give. I mean, wombats in general just kind of give off a chaotic energy in and of themselves. Because they're just like wombats, like what do you, like even the name wombat, like who came up with that? Some Australian dude? Probably. I don't know. Marsupials in general are just chaotic, like all of them. Except pandas. Which is weird. It's like, how does all marsupials be that much, give that much chaotic energy, and then you have koala, did I say pandas? Did I just think pandas were marsupials? Because I was thinking koalas. I don't know how I managed to confuse pandas with koalas, because they're not even, actually they have a lot in common, don't they? Pandas and koalas, like, almost the same creature, it's just size difference. Because, like, pandas are whack, man. Like, how did nature evolve a bear that just eats bamboo and, like, has to eat so much of it, it, like, can't do anything else or else it dies because it's still designed to eat meat, but it doesn't eat meat because it's stupid. Freaking koalas, like, how did you evolve?
Australia isn't real.
I mean, fair. That is definitely one way to look at it.
Australians are paid actors.
I personally am of the belief that Australia is actually the upper levels of hell that surfaced from inside of the earth. But they're just really good at hiding it. Hence the chaos like everything in Australia gives off, including Australians. But I mean, also it could just
actually northern Idaho on private property.
To be fair, Idaho is probably one of the most chaotic neutral places you could go. Because, like, Idaho is so unassuming, but then, like, so much weird shit goes down in Idaho. Like, it's kind of, Idaho is just weird. Like, it's like tiny Russia. All they do is potatoes and crazy. Friggin' Idaho. Idaho's not even real. Just like Wyoming. Idaho is just Wyoming too. The sequel.
Kangaroos are human dog hybrids using DNA of Jerry Seinfeld.
I mean, okay. I mean, I can't disprove that theory, so let's just run with that. Although, I was under the impression that,
Koala are Jason Alexander crossed with the cat.
I mean, I thought Jerry Seinfeld was a talking bee, so how you ended up getting a kangaroo from a bee, from Jerry Seinfeld and a human.
George Costanza.
Okay, yeah, no, yeah, works, I guess, as well. you wanted to go that route. Personally, though, the only George I would ever consider anything would probably be George Lopez from Spy Kids. Now that's nightmare fuel. Like, people will go like, they'll be like, horror movies? Nah, nothing. No reaction. George Lopez, Mr. Electro, or whatever the fuck his name was, from Spy Kids? That shit's creepy. That ruined my life as it, like, I had nightmares about Mr. Electro.
George Lopez I wish wasn't real.
Same. If he wasn't real, I mean, he might not be real. He could just be a figment of all of our collective horrified imaginations. Because, like, if you really think about it, like, are any of your memories of George Lopez, like, anything except, like, Adult Swim when you wake up as a kid in the middle of the night and it's just Lowrider playing and George Lopez floating through the air? Like, that doesn't seem real. Or Mr. Electro. Because, like, is Mr. like, he's definitely a figment of our collective, like, horror imaginations. There's no way he's actually a real thing. He's like Cthulhu. Like, George Lopez is Cthulhu.
I'm stealing my jokes in my sleep.
Yeah, no. George Lopez is an eldritch abomination. That's a fact. No. You can't change my mind. I mean, yep. Been talking too long now. Liquids. Oh boy, more drone freaking escort. Good times. No, but really, man, like, why are you here? Like, I mean, you could ask me the same question. Like, what am I doing streaming at 2 in the morning? Mostly because my house is too loud during the day. I don't know. It's just, I kind of... Where's the drone? There it is. Like, just bored, lurking YouTube? Somehow, just anybody else?
Question and answers are for the week.
I mean, okay. If that's how you want to feel about it, then I won't try further. But yeah, no, I mean, as long as clearly you're enjoying this to some degree. Otherwise, I don't know why else you'd still be here. I mean, yeah, just a couple of guys being dudes. Oh, that ability is so satisfying. Because it's literally I cast fuck you. Then again, a lot of stuff in this game is I cast fuck you, so that's not really saying much, but it's got so much oomph.
Time spent anywhere one place is warrior make his will known to the gods above.
Okay. You're definitely an enigmatic character, Wombat Man, Warrior, Wombat Warrior Man, yes. Hello. That was easy. Whoop. Hey, get off that turret. Right now. Not allowed. I think I've realized why Excalibur is as popular as he is. Because, like, for just doing low-level content, he's tanky enough that it's, like, not a risk, but he's also just barely squishy enough that there's still something of a risk. So, like, he's just kind of good to play. Like, he feels good to play, because It doesn't feel like you're never gonna die, but it also feels like you're never gonna die at
My
the same time.
girlfriend just throws things at me while continue to type things into your TTS on max volume to harass the A neighbors.
Wait, what? Is that what's going on? You're being forced here against your will? Is that what I'm hearing? Just to hear the TTS? I mean, that's a good enough reason as any, I suppose. It's not like I'm super great at this and there's millions of viewers and donos and hype trains and all that going on. It's just me sitting in my room at 2 in the morning playing Warframe, grinding some missions. We need to do some gas damage, but that was my first battery, right? Yeah, okay. That means we can skedaddle on out of here. Nope. I mean, if you're just here for the text to speech, that's totally cool too. I mean, just so you can hear the text to speech then. Is that how that works? Like it comes through on your, or however it does it. I don't know how it does it. I don't.
She says if I insist on doing this, can I at least put on clothes while her parents come over?
I hope so. I mean, clothes again around parents is generally the way to go. Then again, I don't know the parents. They could have a whole different culture that I'm just ignorant of, and they would be totally fine with you being naked. I don't know though. But I'm guessing if you're worried about it, then I should be worried about it for your sake anyway. But I would just be careful that you're not.
I will not be censored.
There you go. See, I mean, it's your prerogative, obviously. It's your life to live. You shouldn't do. I can only make suggestions. I can. Work too. If pants aren't your style, or nothing at all. Like I said, it's if you don't like, if you're not comfortable with clothes, then you do you, man.
High school learned this, the army learned this, and my local Walmart learned this. Beta will adapt or die, so says Wombatman.
Wise words. Wise words to live by from Wombat Man. Gas damage, what do I do? Nope, that's just a lot of corrosive. I suppose I could just mod some gas damage on real quick. I don't know why I'm being a doofus about it. What do I even have? Corrosive and heat. Should be toxin and radiation. Nope. Toxin and radiation again, somehow. There it is. Oh, I have 15 mobs. What am I playing this game right? Like, am I even alive? Probably not. Oh, I just put just end me right now. Should put another dual stat on here. I have another dual stat. Where's my dual stats? Wait, is that my only 3 dual stats? It is my only 3 dual stats. I am a fool.
I refuse to speak in person unless I use someone's TTS. I won't speak another word again until they make a sequel to Demolition Man.
Okay. That works. I don't like talking to people either, honestly. If I could just have Stephen Hawking my way through life, I would. That'd be great. My final message. Earbuds keep falling out. I hate it. My life is over. Who do I want to play? I don't know. I need to finish leveling. He is very chonk.
I read the whole Bible, not a word about TTS, so none of it's a sin. It's like a free zone you abuse.
TTS.
Dictating terms to relevant personages in mining, personnel, and security. This sector has a new master.
If dogs are man's best friend and sharks are like dogs, sharks are a man's best friend.
That's, there's the mathematical formula. It's if A equals X and X equals B, then B equals X. A. Yeah. But, there are species of, tiny sharks that are actually called dogfish.
Imagana cuddle sharks.
So cool. Jackson sharks are whack. If you ever want to see literal aliens, just look up Jackson shark eggs. Because they're literally aliens. It's so freaky. Yeah, I used to be super huge into sharks and
Shark whisperer.
Shark whisperer. I wish I was a shark whisperer. Sharks are so rad though. Anything that's been around for literally millennia, since the dawn of life on this planet, and there's still just apex predators of the ocean. How do you not think that is the coolest shit? Because it basically implies that as far as, like, predatoring, like, hunting other creatures in the ocean, you don't get better than a shark. Like, once you go shark, you never go back. Like, they are the absolute pinnacle of evolution. But like wobbegongs, really cool. Like, and there's so many different kinds, like saw sharks, like the big old noses with teeth in them. Got wobbegongs, which are like giant.
No matter how liberated, sharks are rarely a good thing on a first date.
I mean, it depends on the context.
We have to win this.
A first date where you go like, I don't know, like free diving and there's sharks and like your date gets eaten or something, that'd probably be bad. But like if it was in an aquarium or something, like an aquarium would be a pretty good first date, I would think. Because like aquariums,
They never want to pet them.
I would pet a shark. If I could, like, if I had the chance to pet a shark, I 100% would pet a shark. Because sharks are rad. No, but like, yeah, I used to be obsessed with sharks. Sharks were my favorite thing when I was like 5th grade. Spend all day thinking about sharks, drawing pictures of sharks, looking at books of sharks. And then I hated Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Because Shark Boy, like, disrespected all that made sharks cool by being Shark Boy. Like, they took all of the shark and took away all of the cool. And so it was just stupid kid. And I hated it. It made me sad. I can't eat nobody because they're all dead. How am I supposed to eat them if they're already dead? And yes, I understand the contradiction in that sentence. But they die too fast. Nova too strong. Knowledge. And then my gas damage
Little
kills.
prick in his shark fin.
Shark fin. Oh, then there's yeah. Talking about Shark Boy, sorry. I was like, what is it? Who's he talking about? Oh yeah, Shark Boy. Don't you take a bite out of him, boys. He's a friend. Hate that so much.
Shark Boy sucks.
He does. Like, he's literally so bad. Like, he's the worst. Like, he wouldn't make it into UA, that's for sure. With that quirk. Shark. Like, what are you supposed to do with that? Go join the Navy, you stupid turd. I don't know, I'm losing my mind. You're driving me, this chaotic energy is overtaking my mind, and I'm losing all sanity. Which I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I mean, that could be a good thing. But I don't feel like it is. I mean, I could lose my mind for a little bit, I guess. Like, I don't need it permanently.
Spy kids in those films are for the mentally challenged and those who molest them.
Holy crap. Oh, you're killing me, Smalls. That was the most succinct description. Which clearly wasn't their intent, but... There's 3 good shows. Avatar, The Last Airbender.
Knowing Hollywood, I can say it's not their intent.
Yeah, that's That's definitely a... Probably, yeah. No, but like literally, where are all the good American shows at? Like, why is all of our stuff garbage? I don't know, I guess America just has an issue with pandering to the lowest common denominator. And so,
Hollywood is a bunch of weird sex people.
yeah, probably. Not that I care, 'cause I don't know, I'm not into... what would you say, Western media as much as most people. Like, I don't watch any TV, basically, anymore. Like, the only stuff I'll watch anymore is, like, SpongeBob reruns.
You should care, it's why everything is so gross now.
I know, but like, I'm too lazy to like try and think about it too hard, so I'd rather just ignore it and like watch anime instead, because it's just easier and I'm lazy. I'm just kind of apathetic to the world and its issues, because like, I'm gonna be dead before any of it matters to me, so I don't care. And I know that's kind of like a terrible way to look at it, but I don't know. Because I'm the kind, I just, after me and mine, right? And I'm like, I'm not planning on having any of my own. Like, I'm not gonna have kids, probably, ever. So like, unless one day I don't know, I mean, it could change. I'm literally at the beginning stages of my life. There's still a lot I haven't experienced and haven't done, so like, my current outlook on life will definitely...
You are the shadows they hide in out. It's how they continue to survive.
I mean, yeah. But at the same time, like, it's not like they don't have the resources to tough it out anyway. Like, even if there was to be some, like, big grand purge of, like, a witch hunt, per se, as it were. If, like, all of America was to get together and, like, do a big witch hunt on all the bad, it would help for a while, but it would just crop back up again eventually. And I just can't feel like it's worth it. Like, I don't know. And I know there's the thing where it's like all evil needs to flourish is for good men to do nothing, but like like good men can do a lot, but like it's still never going to be enough. This world is just far too far gone at this point, in my eyes. That like I basically I give up. I surrender, and until the day comes when the boogaloo starts, then I'm gonna keep thinking like that, I suppose. And I guess it's a lot of just like the whole, what am I gonna do? Like, it's
being aware of how they do it and why they do it makes hard for them to do it.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And it's not like I'm not aware, like, especially with the whole Jeffrey Epstein not killing himself thing. Like, it's definitely on the public's mind at this nowadays. Like, it's just the rabbit hole keeps getting deeper.
Harder to get away with it.
Yeah, and that's definitely good. Like, good for us and bad for them. And anything that's bad for them is going to be good for us. And 90% of what's good for us is going to be bad for them, of course. But there's also the issue that, and like, I don't know how political.
In the news 10 years ago, everyone tried to ignore it.
Yeah, and it's like I said, like, a lot of people, are just kind of the mindset that like, oh well, it doesn't affect me, it doesn't matter. Or like they're in the mindset that like, even if it did affect me, there's not a whole lot I could do about it. But at the same time,
Tenno, you held them all back.
there is stuff we can definitely do about it. Like, there's just simple lifestyle choices and like who you decide to support in certain things and whatnot, or how you raise your kids is probably one of the biggest ones, because personally, I think one of the biggest like reasons that the world is it is now, is that lack of solidarity. Like, nobody feels connected to anybody in any real way anymore, and so we all just become our own isolated islands, and we don't think about anyone else. We only think about ourselves, and the only times we even process other people doing anything is how much is it like give and take. And you could call that peak capitalism or whatever. Like, I don't really, it's whatever. Or like, you're not thinking in how does the group benefit, but how does I benefit from their benefit or their benefit or their benefit. And we just become a web of like isolated dots instead of that like occasionally ping each other, instead of a web that supports the whole. And when we're isolated like that, there's the gaps become easier to widen. The people get slipped between the gaps. People fall through. They lose connections entirely. They fall out of the web. And I think it's that lack of like just true human, like loving relationships with other people, that is the biggest factor in all of society collapsing. Because if you think about it, a society is built of progressively smaller societies. And you can't be a society by yourself. So a single person is not the smallest denominator in a society. It has to be its own mini society. Get it. Phrase it. It's a group of people that functions as a microcosm of a society. It has leaders in form of parents, or however you want to look at it, and then you have the children that follow the rules, and they learn from the leaders, and they do as the leaders say because the leaders know what they're doing, because they were taught in turn from their leaders, and the chain continues. And then since they know how to function in that tiny society, they can form connections to the larger one, like your town, your neighborhood, your town, your city, your state, then your country, and then your whole society as a whole. And the problem now is that we've lost sight of the fact that society is not made up of individuals. It's made up of smaller societies that are made of individuals. And as soon as you start tearing apart those tiny societies, the bigger society starts to crumble, because it's the tiny it's a pyramid of society, of progressively getting of different sized societies. And as soon as you start removing the bottom blocks of that pyramid, the one at the top just can't sustain itself. But, I mean, that's just what I think about it, honestly. Like, that's just the explanation that makes sense to me more than most. Oh my goodness. I can't eat them because of their auras. Ah, they can't kill me though, so there's that. Oh, they're dead now. But yeah, I mean, since we brought it up, that was... And... So I think we just need, like... I don't know. And that's not something that'd be easy to do, really. Is like what? What are they gonna do? Government mandate that you have a nuclear family? Like, no, they can't. Like, this is America. People are free to do what they want. But the problem when you give freedom is that you have to, well, freedom and taking freedom happen in the same transaction. So at the end of the day, I don't know, it just gets really complicated. But yeah, I just feel like people need to try harder to keep and maintain connections that they have and make sure they're genuine. Because you could like, there's a lot of factor. There's not one factor that we can pin it down to either, though, that would make it easy to solve. Like I said, like you can't just be like flip a switch and like, or change a law or whatever. There's so many things going on with our world right now that are all part of this basic like slow collapse into anarchy, almost, it feels like sometimes. Because like, for example, like just the way we take in and process information at such a rate, and how like independent, like being able to access all that information can make us feel sometimes. Because like before the internet, like if you wanted to learn how to bake cookies, somebody you knew had to come teach you, like your grandma or your mom or however you want, like the family secret brownie recipe, right? Like if you wanted to learn how to make brownies, you called up grandma, you say, "Grandma, I want to make brownies," and she would probably like come to your house and you would make brownies. And you would learn the process, and you would have that connection with another person that you would be able to fall back on and be able to think about her the next time you need something or she needs something. Like, I don't know. But nowadays, you just Google it. Like, there's no human behind Google. It's Google. You just Google it, you get a recipe, and you make the brownies, and you never have to talk to another human being. And then of course there's the factor of like, there's an MR0, I understand. Like the factor of that, like, you can be a totally different person than who you are in real life on the internet. And so you end up kind of, sometimes you lose sight of like who you really are and what you really want, because you go spend time on internet for so long. Or like, it doesn't even have to be for so long. It can be whatever. And you build yourself up a personality on the internet that you can't maintain in real life, and so you become dissociated, or you become more invested in your internet self than your real self. And so you don't want to make connections in the real world anymore, because you can't find a reason to, when everything you want is...
Another job well executed.
And of course, internet connection, or like to somebody, is never going to be as genuine, as fulfilling as like a real life human connection. So I mean, yeah. But I didn't mean to get all like super deep philosophical on you. It was not even there. What does that say? One hour, bro. Nice. Oh, very well. Oh. Back to just me. Maybe get all the kills I needed. I wasn't back dungeon. Pick anybody up? Oh, we picked some people up while I was peeing. Cool beans. Apparently I need to go pee more often then. Brings in the viewers. Got 2 whole viewers. What's up, 2 viewers? All right. How you doing tonight? Oh, this morning, because it's like 3 a.m. for me, and my throat is dry. Brr. We doing good? I hope you're doing good. You don't have to answer if you don't want to. If you feel awkward about the TTS thing. I mean, if you just want to watch, I'm literally, it's what the title is. I'm just tiredly grinding for XP and things and Nightwave.
Yes, and you know me. Wombatman is an idea, not a man.
Wombat Man is the only truth. Why are you still awake? What? Ooh, I farted. Oh, it felt good though. Release the gases. The tension built up.
Distract the infested while a lone Tenno operative hunts the survivors. Set off the alarms to start.
What? No, but seriously, how is chat doing tonight? I'm gonna pretend to be a professional streamer. I gotta turn my game volume down because it's like way too loud, especially with these headphones on. These earbuds. Yeah, that needs to come way down. Yep. Hope everyone's doing good. Anybody who's still here, if they are still here, I don't know if they are. I haven't gotten any notifications about anybody.
I seen Tajik me head around the idea of a single world government.
I mean, world government is pretty scary. Not gonna lie. Huh. Unfortunate. Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I don't try to worry about it too much. Until the no-knock protocol comes into effect, I don't care.
It's hard to sound like Sean Connery on Cage.
I mean, if you want to sound like Sean Connery, I guess. I don't know why you would want to sound like Sean Connery I mean, unless you're... I suppose if you were in like a Sean Connery imitation thing, contest, whatever, then it'd probably be good to sound like Sean Connery. But... how dare you bodge my bullet? Unacceptable. Slurp. Oh, I love Grendel. He's too much fun. Mostly because it's the idea of just slurping dudes up and then going flip and they all die is great. 10 more kills. Oh. Or not. Out of the way. I need my...
Ziggy bang gang bang lang wiggy jang many wang.
Alright. That's a very beautiful poem. Come on, Batman. Thank you. Thank you for sharing with the class. That'd be a fun idea for a streamer, just to do like icebreakers with the Twitch chat or stream chat. No, I'm not on Twitch. This is YouTube. I understand. You guys are just chat. You're not Twitch chat. We're not that fancy around here. We're like bootleg Twitch, but worse. We're like the generic version of the generic version right now. I need some energy, but my primary
Live stream back soul parties.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know, like I wouldn't enjoy becoming like a big streamer with like millions of viewers at a time. Oh, we're up to 3. Heck yeah. Like I would rather honestly stay small if like I mean, it's not like I would be able to choose. But like, if I could just stay at like, I don't know, because I would much rather have my stream be like more personal and stuff, kind of just more like a group of friends that just kind of come together every now and again over one, and just like kind of hang out, which is kind of dumb because like I could just go make friends and hang out with them. But I don't know, I just kind of feel like a lot of the charm of like live streaming is kind of lost when you reach like crazy high numbers. Like maybe like 100 people would probably be like maximum I could handle like interacting with, because I would want to be interacting with everybody. But like once the numbers get hot, like get up to like
I'm
big...
one of your friends, man.
I know you're one of my... yeah.
You know how to really screw up a Bachelor Red party? Mix a big chunk of fat soul in their coke to spice it up. The more you know.
I mean, okay. That is definitely a way to spice things up. But, I mean, I guess... I don't know, I guess it's just a different point of view. Like, as a viewer who's just there for the content and not so much like the interaction, it makes a little more sense. And I guess like it's for a lot of bigger streamers, the Twitch chat will like basically all jump on one thing and have that be the interaction, because the more, I don't know, streaming is weird.
Shit went down at the strip clubs. People dry hump till they bled.
That's not a pleasant image. That's a lot of chafing. A lot of chafing, a lot of dry skin, I would imagine. Just unpleasant experience all around. Definitely be feeling that in the morning.
So much chatting, whole wedding got rescheduled.
Yeah, I imagine it would. That's... marbles. I don't know. I feel like Now, okay, I'm gonna say something in a, well, I'm gonna say a lot of things, but it's gonna amount to the same thing. And I want to
They
know.
all couldn't walk straight down the aisle.
Okay. If you ask me, like, this is just a personal thing, like, but like the easiest way for me to explain it is that as far as it goes for like drugs and alcohol and that kind of thing, unless of course someone spiked it on, like, and I was unaware of it, in which case I would not accidentally, but whatever, you get the point. As far as like being inebriated, as it were, the reasons that people give for like wanting to do it are the exact same reasons I have for not ever wanting to do it.
I only do bath salts. I enjoy the gap between my Monday and Wednesday.
Yeah, fair enough. But like I'll tell people that and they'll get confused because I'm like, and it's not like I don't understand why other people would want to do it, because like I totally understand like just wanting to get blackout drunk and not having to deal with anything for like a whole day. Like I understand why that's appealing to people, but to me, that sounds like a nightmare. Like that's literally the last thing I would ever want to do. Because, like, I don't know, I'm just fiercely aware of my own faculties and never wanting to lose them, which probably stems from my, like, very strong sense of, like, independence and individualism, where, like, I want to be, if I'm doing something, I want it to be me choosing to do it 100%. Like, I don't want to be not doing something I want to be doing.
Bath salts take away the memory and they give you superpowers. It's a win-win.
Well, that's just it though. The taking away the memory thing, that's a big no-no for me. I don't like that. I don't ever want to be a loss of my faculties. I don't want to miss a minute of my life for anything. Like even if it sucks, even if it's unpleasant. I mean, unless of course it's like, because like when I got my wisdom teeth, of course, like they knocked me out, but that was because of that. But like as far as recreationally, I would never, like that's just not even on my radar as a thing that sounds appealing. As far as superpowers go though, I wouldn't put too much faith in those powers, unless you're in Philadelphia, in which case Philadelphia is magical and all drug-related superpowers actually become real. So there's that. But otherwise, yeah, not my thing. So, and it's also just as fun, like since we're on the topic, like
well,
it's got.
I have done any of the same stuff sober, so I don't need the memory.
Fair enough, and that's the other thing is like I said, is like if I'm gonna make the decision, I want it to be a decision I made, not one that drugs or alcohol made for me, I guess you could say. But like it's weird. Like I kind of go overboard on it, honestly, because like I won't even drink or do drugs in like video games and stuff. Like, and this is probably one of my stranger gaming habits, is like, because I'm currently in my first playthrough of The Outer Worlds, which I should probably stream as well, given the circumstances. Probably do that tomorrow night. Yeah, we're definitely gonna stream Outer Worlds tomorrow night. But like I haven't used any of the alcohol consumables or any of like the drug consumables. And it was the same in like Fallout 4 and in Skyrim.
I like drugs that make suplexes easier. I have a list of good suplex drugs.
That's good for you. But I'll pass. But like seriously, like and it's not like I have anything against people who do drugs, because like I said, I understand why they do it. But like, I'm just kind of anal about it, you could say. Like, I'm weird. I have a lot of, it's one of my quirks, is that I won't even do drugs virtually in a video game. So there's that. Any other topics of discussion anybody can think of? Because I'm drawing a blank. I'm too tired. Sorry, just checking.
Bath salts and coke give you Naruto powers. Side effects are not being allowed back at apartment complexes.
Yeah, that's...
I was convinced I could get cold case to the bone, so I stood outside the grocery store asking people to test me.
still here? I still got some. Nobody's here. Meatball. Meatball boy. Oh, the Marlock's leveled up. That's good. Grendel's stomach keeps making weird noises. I don't like it. Makes me uncomfortable. It sounds like somebody talking. I don't like it. I don't like that at all. I wonder if the TTS shows up in the VOD. Because if not, I'm going to be sad. But if it does, I'm going to be happy. Well, that's probably enough of that for me tonight. Mustache. Got my streaming hat.